there! Today I'm going to show you some really cool cat eye layering techniques with the new Aurora Queen collection while creating this adorable Halloween kitty set. I'm using each of the different unique formulas to get the most incredible looks imaginable. I'm so happy to have you come along. You all know I love me some Aurora Queen, but I've been out of the loop and had no idea that they were now putting out magnetic cat eye polishes. So when Sweetie offered me this set to try out, I was ecstatic. Thank you so much. I just can't wait to dive into it and create something incredible. So I've come up with a fun and playful Halloween kitty design. I'm going to be using these 4 colors, 258, 59, 61, and 62, and doing some different types of effects with them. Of course, we're putting that onto a set of press-ons. I'm going in with this yogurt gel syrup number 6, and this is a nude from the Blossom Ending collection, a collection I absolutely love. This one has a little bit of a purple kind of tint to it, as opposed to as pink. So the first thing I've done, of course, is picked out my tips and filed to make sure they're nice and smooth at the end. Then I'm going in with my tip prep for all of them. And up next, of course, is my primer. Now that my tips are all prepped, going in with my first coat of my nude base. I'm going to do that for all of them. Not that they're all going to be French tips. Some of them are going to be covered over with magnet, or they're all going to be covered, but this way it helps keep the color a little more consistent across all of them. Now for the middle and the ring finger, I have a French tip design, so I'm going to go in with a second coat just for these two, since you will see the nail bed with these two for the particular design I'm doing. So here I've got my thumb and number 261, and I'm just going to lay down a nice coat of this beautifully exquisite cat eye. My goodness. The sparkle effect in it is so scrumptious. And with a nice coat of that down, I'm just going to bring that magnet right up for it and shift it around the whole nail. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller one, and I'm going to hollow out the center. Basically, I want the center to have that really cool blue sparkle effect and the purple to be all on the outside. Okay, I like that. Then I'm going to go in with a second layer and do it again, just to build up that beautiful color. I just want it to be bright and beautiful and pop. So once again, bringing up the magnet and then pushing the center. And what it's done is build that really beautiful blue sparkle in the center, as well as build the magnetic quality around it. And then once you've got that spacing where you want it, here again. Just look at that cool shift. So the color is done for that nail. Now I'm going to move on to the ring finger. I'm using the same color. And this one, I'm going to do more of an ombre look. So my ombre brush here. This is the one I use for glitters because it's all kind of mangled. It's a wee bit mangled. Now we want to bring up our magnet. This time I'm going in with a teeny tiny little pen tip magnet just to move that. There we go. And I'm going in with a second coat for this one as well. And then once again, going in with our magnet and pushing down that French tip. Then I'm just going in with my little pen tip and kind of refining it a little bit to bring the color right to the edge as much as I can, or that magnetic sparkle to the edge. So those two have their color down and they're done. Next I'm moving on to the pointer and the pinky, and these two are going to have as well the same color on them in a similar style. So just going in with this gorgeous like galaxy soft magnet shifting magnet color. We're going to bring up that magnet nice and deep. So I just go with my little magnet and circle around and round. Keep bringing it to the center until I have it the size and shape that I want. Basically, I just want it so the center has a blue circle in it and it's not on the rest of the nail. And a ton of fussing later, I got my blue magnet haze to stick to the center where I wanted it. So I'm going to go in with another coat. I'm going to do that again. Again, we're building up that color so that we see it nice and bold. It's getting really bright and intense. So that's off to cure with its second coat. And now we have our pinky going in with the same color, same idea. Only for this one, we're going to pull the magnet out around the edges, just like the first nail, as opposed to centralizing it in the middle. And again, going in with the tiny one for this because it's very small, and shifting the magnet to the cuticle and free edge. And again, we're going in with another coat and doing it over. And then using our little pen magnet to bring it to the edges. And this is just going to refine that really nicely. I want it a little wider than that. So I'll just keep playing with it until I get that blue magnet in exactly the position that I want it in, which is just to be a little thicker of a line at the top than it is right now. And with quite a bit of fussing, but not too bad, I get this perfectly outlined, really cool nail look. And the color I'm going in last is number 262. Now going in with the color for my last nail is a wee bit tricky because I am doing a French tip stamp design, and I kind of need to make sure that my stamp lands on the French tip properly and that my color is not too high or too low. But what I've decided to do to give myself a little bit of leeway is I'm going to make a black line for my French tip after the fact. So then in that way I can correct anything that's kind of missing in the line if it's I'm going a little bit lower than I expect the stamp to be, so that I can fill it in with that black outline and just have it kind of connect seamlessly. Because otherwise it'll be too tight, too hard to figure out where it's going to go. Thankfully I have this little guide sheet to kind of play with it and see. Yeah, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm pretty close. And then I'll clean up the French with a black line once my stamping is done. And I switched it up to this much brighter purple because I just wanted a kind of an accent. This is the middle nail, so it will kind of brighten up some of those darker tones in the other nails that I've done. And this one I just want a really nice bright sparkle on the end of this tip. And then of course we're going to go in with another layer. Just build up that beautiful color and smooth it all out nice. So I'm just going to go across all the nails with number 258. It's this beautiful glittery, it has shards in it, but it's also very sheer. So while it looks like I've just loaded a bunch of polish on that's going to cover my French tip there, that's not the case, or it won't be the case in a minute. What I'm going to do is actually remove the color from most of it, just so I can have those really beautiful shards. And I'm actually going to go and make sure it's a really thin coat because I don't want too much on there. In this case, I'm mostly using it for those beautiful glitter shards, and then just a little bit of silver highlight on my edges. So you'll see now when I remove it, it just leaves some of that gorgeous glitter behind. And then I can work on pulling the magnet to have just a little bit of silver edge, right? A little bit of silver edge flashing. And that's quite easy to do with a really tiny magnet like this teeny little pen tip. Pulling just the silver edges. Making sure I don't have any color in the center. There we go. That beautiful silver edge. but I didn't pull it out on the tip. You'll notice I kept that purple, right? I stopped around here. I tried to kind of blend them together and didn't pull the silver magnet around this free edge tip because I want that to have that purple. But on my side and my cuticle have the beautiful silver shift. And that's basically what I'll be doing for all of them, depending on where the color is. And just doing the exact same, trying to push that color away from the center. I don't want any of it in the center, just the beautiful flash glitter shards. So we're pushing it all away from the center and then going in to refine it with my pen tip to bring it up along the edges. We don't want it here, so we pull it out right underneath that purple tip. We don't want any of it there, right? But we do want it along here. So we kind of feather it into the edge there and pull it up the sides. So we have a nice, beautiful silver glittery edge going all along. If you're obsessed with the look of these nails, or you want to try out something really unique for yourself, just check out the link in the description for this set on Sweetie Nail Supply, and don't forget to use the code LYN for a discount. These pens are so handy, they're almost like drawing. You just use them to push the magnet around. You can see those beautiful glitter flakes. Now my nail bases are all complete. It's time to finish them up with some stamping. So now that I've got this beautiful base and glitter look on my nail, I'm just going to remove the inhibition layer so that my stamping doesn't slide around on it. And for this set, I'm going to be using Maniology's plate M313, which is familiar. All kinds of cute little kitty images for Halloween stuff. And I'm going in with this cat on a crystal ball image because it'll fit really nicely there. It's a nice pickup. All I did was miss the ears, but that's okay. I can fix them as I go with a little black gel paint. So because I'm using a simple black, rather than redoing and trying to do the image over again, I'm just going to fill in the tips of these ears because it just missed the tiniest little bit. That made it much simpler than redoing the design because it was literally just a couple little dots missing. And I'm going to pop it into cure real quick for that black gel and go in with a base coat to seal and lock that in. And to add just a little more pizzazz to it, I'm going to go in with number 261 that I used on some of the other nails. And I am going to highlight the crystal ball. I'm just going to fill it in and avoid the tail. And this will make that crystal ball really pop once I hit it with the magnet. Just as a really fun highlight, just making it pop with that magnetic glow. And I'm going to go in with a second layer for it, not only to build up that color, but also the dimension so that it's got a more rounded kind of crystal ball look. Going for a little bit of a 3D effect here. And I might even decide to go in with a thick gel to give it even that much more of a spherical look for the ball. Okay, last try for this crystal ball. The Crazy Top Standard was too thin. My Jello edge was too thick. So I'm going with Crazy Top Thick and hoping that I can have it be both self-leveling and not too runny that it bleeds out. Hopefully this one's the winner, and I can always be flash curing if I need to. All right, Crazy Top Thick with a flash cure for the win. Now I want to put this design here on this nail, but it's quite a bit bigger and wider than what I can use for this. So I'm actually going to go in with the resizing stamper so that I can shrink it down. So pick it up when it's extended, looks good, and then pop it out, and that'll shrink it right down. And then I can apply it easily to the nail. And there we go. Now it fit because I made it tinier. I'm going to add some kitty cats to the scene. And so I'm going to shrink those as well, just so that it stays in line with the image that's already there. I absolutely love using stamping because I'm not great at drawing or painting things. So if you ever have any questions, or if you struggle at all with your stamping, just post something in the comments. Let me know, and I'll do whatever I can to give you a hand. You can see here the French line from my stamp is just a little bit off. So I'm going to go in with my black gel paint and just clean that up a bit and kind of meld it with the stamp line there so that it looks a little more uniform. The last highlight that I want to do is this moon here. So I'm going in with, again, the 258, and I just want to fill up this moon. I'm going to make it sparkle and shine. So all my art is done, and because these are nails that are intended to be worn, I am going to go in with a base over all of them to lock in all of that stamping so that there's no lifting or anything before I go in with my top coat. And here's what we've got. Gotta say, the only one that I'm not like really thrilled with is the thumbnail. It's just not giving me much. It's not doing too much for me. It's not anywhere near as exciting as all the rest of them. But there is so much sparkle and shift and color change. My favorite might well be this gravestone one. That blue glow in there is just so cool. The way that blue glow shift stays right in there. I rather like this French tip as well with the moon. So this is definitely one of the coolest collections I've played with in a while. There were so many ways to use these and have fun with them that it was just really hard to pick like what to do because they just do so many amazing things. If the Aurora collection is giving you vibes, be sure to check out the close-up swatches I've done in this next video. And of course, until next time, don't forget to love your nails. Bye!